Hi, people of the internet. I go by Snares, and in this video I want to show you some e-digging methods that can improve your search results, give you some new music, and hopefully also give you songs that have not been sampled 100 times before. I hope you enjoy, and most important, learn something. So, although sampling vinyl is very nice, it can have some downsides. It can be expensive.
Shit! God damn!
You know, you have to go out and you have to actually find the vinyl, you have to dig, which is something I still really love, but I can understand that porn site subscriptions are expensive, and your dog's girlfriend who has an alcohol problem needs some money for her rehabilitation. Tip number 1, music roamer. So what I'm going to do here is open up Safari, head over to musicroamer.com. Let me just maximize this dumbass shit. Okay, I'm going to type in Himiko Kikuchi. So what this website will do is it will give you artists related to the artists that you just typed in. So music that sounds similar, or maybe people that they have played with in other projects or other bands. One thing to keep in mind though, especially when searching for Japanese artists, is that sometimes when you type the English name, so the English letters, it will actually show you the same artist again in Japanese letters. So in this case here, instead of Himiko Kikuchi, it actually says Kikuchi Himiko, which is the way you would say it in Japanese. So yeah, it's just the same artist twice. But considering how nice this website is, that's really not something that bothers me. So once you have your similar artists, what you can do is click on one of the artist names, and on the right, it will show you some short clips of tracks so you can listen to what it sounds like.
Go anywhere tonight. Don't ask me why.
No. Oh my god. That's perfect. Tip number 2, Discogs. I know you're probably thinking something along the lines of, what? Discogs is for these. This idiot was going to tell me how to e-dig. Actually, even though Discogs was not made for e-digging, it's one of my most used sources to do this. Let me show you how. So we're going to open up Safari again, and we're going to head over to Discogs. Maximize bullshit again. And you could type an artist or label in here and look for related things, but we're going to do something else. We're going to go to Explore. And here we're going to go to advanced search. This is the way I like to do it. There's a lot of things you can you can type in, but for us, fuck it, I live in Japan, so let's just go for Japan. And year, let's go 1970. Nah, fuck that, everyone does 1970. Let's go 1983. Let's be exact, let's go 1983 Japan. Hit search, and that gives us a lot of results of records that you can buy, if they are for sale. And actually behind a lot of these records there are also YouTube links provided by people that know the artist and know that there's a YouTube video, so you can actually check what the record sounds like, or at least a few songs. So I know quite a few of these. I'm gonna search and see if I see something that looks interesting and that maybe I don't know. Let's see. Masaru Imada. So I know this guy, but I don't know his trio. Okay, I'm gonna check more of these releases later. Anyway, for now, I'm just gonna click on this album and hope there's a video, and there is a video. All right. So let's see what that is. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I like this one. And I like the feeling it gives me, the kind of nostalgic feel where, you're with the entire family and dinner's being served and your strange Uncle Bob has started to drool. However, for some reason, he's not actually looking at his food, but at your 17-year-old sister. It's that kind of vibe. So anyway, what you can actually do is if you log in, if you make an account and log in, you can actually save anything you find that's interesting to your want list, which is normally, a want list to buy records, but, you could make it your want to sample list or something like that. And something else I would also heavily advise you is if you find something you like, please look at who produced it, look at who played on the album, look at all different kind of things to find more similar sounding artists, more similar sounding albums, and that way, it never ends. Tip number 3, NTS. The last tip I have for you today, actually that's a lie because there's a bonus tip all the way at the end. But this tip involves passive listening. What I mean by that is that there's a radio channel which I use a lot, which has really cool features sorted by genres and people that select the music, and it also has track lists most of the time. So while you are doing other things, you can listen to the radio channel, and whenever you hear something you like, you can go and check out what it was and then try and search for that song or artist and use it to sample. So once again, we're going to open up Safari, we're going to go to nts.live, and one more fucking time we're going to maximize this. We're going to head over to Explore, and as you see, there are a lot of genres here. Now, let's go for jazz. And within jazz, again, you have subgenres. And we're going to go soul jazz. Actually, what you can do is you can click multiple, and you can find episode, and it will show you shows that have multiple genres. But in this case, we're just going to go for soul jazz alone. I'm just going to click a random one. Let's go for this one. Skip the intro. So, in my opinion, I heard 3 tracks that were sampleable. And if you click the track list like I just did, you can have a look at what has been played. What I would advise you, though, is don't stream from this straight into your MPC, for example, or in whatever you're sampling, because it is radio online and the quality is not that good. So I would advise you to look at the song name and then either Google it and find it somewhere else on YouTube or buy the record or whatever your method is. So I promised you a bonus tip, and I'm going to give it to you. Now you're probably wondering what it is, huh? Me. Now let me explain. If you look at my channel, you're going to see that I have 2 other videos. What those videos are me actually doing vinyl mixes of Japanese records. I'm not only going to do Japanese records, but mostly it's going to consist of that because it's stuff that people cannot get overseas. I'm going to do these more often. I hope to do them once a month if I can stay consistent, or maybe even 2 times a month. Also, please feel free to comment or send me a message and tell me, for example, hey, I really like this song. Do you know something that sounds similar? Or I want to make this kind of thing. Do you have anything in mind that I could sample? All right, that's it for this video. Thanks so much if you watched everything. I hope it was useful to you. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'll put all the details below. And like I said, please contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.